Do you guys remember Mike Lindell, the owner of My Pillow and the 2020 stolen election guy?
Where the most votes in the United States were sold to anyone want to guess? California. 1.5 million votes were stolen from Donald Trump. What was second in the nation? The tie between Texas and Florida, almost a million votes each. Okay,
so they're coming for these red states, right?
Alabama. John Merrill, the Secretary of State, there. John, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for there. Coming back for the fourth time. We found out where all the crime was there, in the machines and stuff. In Alabama, 105,000 votes. Ohio, 120,000 votes. Donald Trump won. You want to hear what states we know he won? Here's the states that Donald Trump won for sure. He won Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. We don't know about. He might have won Maine. He might have won Colorado. There's four others in question.
Yeah, that Mike Lindell, the guy that is just an insane person. First, he thought Trump won the election and it was actually fraud. And then he would come out that hey, it was fraud everywhere. This guy, he's just not consistent. I mean, he's a crazy person. He's a literal crazy person. So anyway, this crazy person is actually running for Minnesota governor. The GOP is giving this guy money and allowing him to run for a part of their office. This is why GOP is cooked, because you guys are running Mike Lindell. And Mike Lindell might actually win the Republican primary. If he wins the Republican primary, he'd be going up against, I believe it's Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar would wipe the floor with this idiot. The GOP, if this is the kind of candidate they're going to be running across the country, forget about it. The midterms are done. We got this. Even though this governor has nothing to do with the midterms, really. The GOP, this is the type of candidate that they're running. So let's ask Lindell what he's up to. Apparently, he spent half of his campaign funds that he raised from the public to buy his own books. Let's check it out.
Your campaign took in more than $350,000 in contributions in just under a month, but filings show your campaign spent more than half of that money on your own self-published memoir. Explain to people why buy all those books? Is that a wise use of campaign spending?
Yeah, we got them for a very good price from My Pillow, employee-owned company. That's not my benefit. That's them. And what it is, and what you can do instead of paying money for flyers and stuff, we had to go around and do debates for 2 months or about a month and a half. These debates, and we gave out the books. Here's, instead of giving them a little flyer about me, this is my memoir. This is my autobiography, and showing these people who I am.
So Mike just admitted to fraud, campaign fraud. And what he's saying he's going to do is that he bought the books with the campaign money, and that money doesn't go to him. It goes to his business and his employees. And that instead of like making flyers for his campaign, he just bought his own autobiographies and he's going to hand those out as like campaign flyers. I think that's what he's saying. But that's most likely a lie. And he's committing fraud. And he's running for Minnesota governor. And since the GOP is in charge of the government, nothing's probably going to happen to him. So that's disappointing. I believe that could be a state charge. So if anyone in Minnesota is paying attention, they could probably charge that. So yeah, I find it very funny that the stolen election guy is like running for office now after he just railed against how bad elections are. It's pretty silly to say the least. I found this funny clip. Like he goes on Steve Bannon and he talks about what he's gonna do as governor of Minnesota. Now, does anybody think that he's gonna do positive, good things? Well, I don't want to like prejudge or anything, so I think we should just check out this video and see. We'll talk about it on the other end.
You're putting your business, everything aside to run as governor of state. What are you going to do about it?
Well, Steve, the number one thing is bring back law enforcement, back our police in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and enforce our protester laws. Minnesota and Minneapolis has some of the strictest laws. They're not getting enforced. My friends that live downtown Minneapolis, they said it's horrible. They block the streets off. When they come to pick their children up or they're coming to their house, they stop them and say, "Who are you?" and stuff, and showing IDs. They're doing exactly what they said that ICE was doing. They're sitting there going through every car. Do you live on this block? Who are you? It's disgusting. People are in fear. The protesters are the ones causing all the problems there, and which is our governor, because he's not enforcing these protester laws. See, the first day I'm governor, I'm going to bring back the police, get the protesters laws put into place, and arrest these people that are blocking people from getting from point A to point B, and then also ban Sharia law. You need to ban that. That's all over downtown Minneapolis, and ban that. And then we want to work with the federal government government to say, hey, here's the illegals. Here's our illegals. As they get arrested by locals, they keep getting arrested. Here they are. Come and get them. Come and get them. Come and get them. And it's very common sense solutions. You got to follow the law. There's nothing wrong with protesting, but you don't break laws to protest. It's that simple. You have to. Remember, this our governor and mayor. They burned down the precinct in the summer of 2020. They need to back our local law enforcement more than anything, any time in history, and enforce these laws. They lied to the president, Steve. They out and out lied and said we're going to do this and this. They've done nothing. You're exactly
Nothing.
right.
And we shouldn't stand down. We should double down, not stand down. Sally Grubbs from Georgia is going to be with us in a second. Talk about patriots and talk about forcing things. This voter fraud, Mike, which I know you were one of the big folks in backing from the very beginning. It really began your political change when you saw the 2020 election stolen. Second hour of the show is going to be War Room Texas. We're going to talk about issues in Texas that are national issues. One, and you've been inspired by this. What are you going to do? Your first act as governor is to do what, you told me?
Ban Sharia law, Steve. Minnesota's been the Trojan horse for this for a long time. It's been problems with their businesses and everything. It's horrible. Downtown, they're ringing the bell, waking people up every day for the call to Allah or whatever they're doing. This goes back to 2016 when Cargill had to fire 200 of them because they wanted to shut down their lines. The Muslims did, the Somalis did, shut down their lines right in the middle of their workday.
So your first move as governor of the state of Minnesota is to ban Sharia law. Bring back the police. End protesting. Okay, that's gonna go really well for you next coming up on the next election, guy. Real well. So anyway, that's gonna be a failed run. That's absolute joke that he's even running for it. But what's a real joke is Mike Lindell in general. The stolen election stuff, the My Pillow stuff. This guy is a true psychopath. He really is. How he hasn't killed someone in some road rage or some weird incident is just shocking to me. So he's a joke of a candidate for governor, but let's just reflect on some old videos of Mike Lindell, because this guy, he brings a smile to my face because he's a silly, stupid guy.
Hey, I'm putting up $5 million to any attendee that comes to this, that's invited to the symposium, if they can prove the data is not the 2020 election.
Did you just say $5 million? Did you just say $5 million?
That's correct.
Update. Nobody got the $5 million. Mike Lindell doesn't even have the $5 million.
I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? That when you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole, is what you are. No, he's an asshole. He's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what you are. Lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book. No, they answer anything, any problem customer that wants to reach Mike Lindell. Those are the ones. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. They send them to here and they go, or they call about, maybe they didn't get their pillow on time because of the FedEx or whatever. Well, we'll cover them even though it could be somebody else's fault. Nobody called because of a lumpy pillow. But good one though.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
What I'm saying
Obviously, you don't have a My Pillow too. You don't, do you?
What I'm saying is, Mr. Lindell.
Asshole. Well, go ahead. No, I'm pissed.
I understand.
Yeah, go. When you're saying what?
I don't have lumpy pillows. You're just an asshole. That in a nutshell is just that's when Mike Lindell was actually getting deposed for one of his wild 2020 stolen election claims. So that guy has ruined his credibility. I'm pretty sure his company is in the tanks, and I'm pretty sure he's broke AF from all the times he's been litigated against when he's talking about the stolen election. The fact that the Minnesota GOP is running this guy as a candidate is just an indictment as on how unserious the GOP is on governing right now. It is not serious, and this is an absolute joke that this guy is an actual candidate for governor of a state. Wake up, people. Wake up. This guy's a clown. You're a clown if you support him. You're a clown if you believe in anything he believes in. Okay? So, Mike Lindell, let's keep track of this one. Someone in Minnesota, you guys better step up and get rid of this asshole. So, I'll keep you guys updated. And so just do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Help me keep this YouTube dream alive. Have a good day, guys.